Thank you for watching the Z Gadget review. So there's new rumors about the upcoming Motorola Razr phone. It's going to be a 5G phone. Right now it's being called the Motorola Razr 5G. Some of the rumors are pretty much new renders of what the phone is going to look like. There's not a lot of changes on the phone. There is one important change though. Here you can see the images of what the phone is going to look like. One of the things, if you see there on the right hand side, you have the volume buttons. It's the 20 megapixel front facing camera. You have the speaker, the notification bar. On the left hand side, you have the power button. Obviously, the screen is going to be multi-touch. This screen is probably going to be one of those plastic screens that they're using to fold it, or glass screen. That's not really glass. Let's not get into that. On the back, you're going to have the 48 megapixel camera, a flash, that small screen that allows you to do that's the quick view display. So you don't have to unfold the phone every time you get a notification. And the weirdest thing that we have here is the placing of the fingerprint sensor. If you notice, the fingerprint sensor will be at the bottom of the phone where the Motorola logo is. And that is a really weird place to put the fingerprint sensor, in my opinion, because as much as I think that the placement of a fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone is actually a good idea, I think that's probably the best place to me to have it, because it's a natural place. You hold the phone like this, and you put your finger here, and it locks, right? I will say if you have that power button here too, works. But having it up here is a natural place where your finger rests. Your finger goes there. It's weird that you will have it somewhere down here. If you think about this phone being folded in half, the fingerprint sensor will be down here, which means that if you're holding the phone like this, this part is down here, you will have to. I have big hands, so it might not be as difficult for most people, but it seems like it will be very difficult to do this to unlock the phone. And if you unfold it, once it's unfolded, it's going to look like this in the back. You still have to put your finger down here somewhere. It's just an odd placement to me for a fingerprint sensor is supposed to allow you to get into the phone in a quick, easy way. It wouldn't make more sense to put it under that quick view display screen, one of those in-screen fingerprint sensors. It would probably make more sense, because you can probably hold the phone like that and just put your finger or your thumb and unfold. That place makes more sense in that form factor than where they're placing it. But that's besides the point. The other thing that we found out is it's probably going to go to AT&T. The price of the phone, the original Motorola Razr was $1,500. So this one's probably going to be around that price, maybe a little more because of the 5G antenna. There's a lot of 5G phones starting to come out, and there's no reason, in my opinion, for 5G phones to be around yet. I guess is a way to get people to buy the phones. But 5G isn't anywhere where it needs to be right now in order for people to buy a 5G phone. I think 5G is like a year or two away of becoming the standard. So the Motorola Razr 5G is going to come with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765, 8 gigs in RAM, storage of 256 gigs. The primary camera, as we just saw, is going to be 48 megapixels, which is the back camera. The front-facing camera is going to be 20 megapixels, and the battery is going to be 2,845. Now, let's think about the foldable phone. So this is, right now, in my opinion, the only competition that Motorola has is Samsung, right? They have Samsung is going to come out with their foldable Galaxy Z Fold 2, I think is going to be the name of it, sometime in September. Now that phone when it launched, if I'm not mistaken, was like $2,000, $2,200. It was in the high 2000s, and it's probably going to be around the same price now when it comes out. Now I don't really know the specs on that phone, but I'm assuming that they cannot be that far off from what Motorola is putting on their phone, since they gotta compete with Samsung. But this puts the Motorola in a good place. Why? Because it puts it right in between the Galaxy Z Fold 2 and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra that just came out. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra starts at $1,200. Has 128 gigabytes of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, so it's higher on the RAM than the Motorola. The Motorola has more storage than that, and for that you gotta pay $1,300, or like $1,200 actually. Sorry, $1,200. And then for the upgrade, which is 500 and 512 gigabytes, same RAM, you gotta pay close to $1,400. So for people that want a foldable phone, if Motorola comes out with a phone again at $1,400, $1,500 like this last year, they will be in a good place to catch that market. To catch up people who are on the fence about a new phone, but they really want the cool foldable phone. Personally, I don't understand what the point of the foldable phone is. It is a cool idea, and I feel like it needs a lot of maturing to happen on that, because it's a phone that technically it's very, very fragile, and that it can break because, as we know, they have the gap in between the screen and the body. Now, Samsung is trying to address that based on what they showed on their keynote last time by putting brushes where in the gap, so if there's any dirt or anything that goes in, and it can be moved out of the way, swiped away or whatever, and then they kind of have closed the gap. But the problem is that the screen's still technically a plastic screen. I know Samsung has their own glass that they have come up with that they did on their on the Galaxy Fold. I can't remember what the one that looks like the Razr is. But it's been shown that the glass is so thin that it can bear, like it's like they can call it, it's like legally they can say that their screen is glass, because technically there is glass in the screen, but it isn't glass. The majority of it is plastic, and very fragile plastic. So I don't know. I think this thing with foldable phones is a cool idea. It's obviously something that's going to be the future that's coming up, and of course, someone needs to jump into it and start doing it. And Samsung obviously is the first one, and Motorola has this iconic Razr brand that they can use to start their company and give it a name, put it out there. But yeah, and 5G. I mean, 5G. Whoa, it's whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notifications when new videos come up. Thank you very much for watching.